What makes the H3 Hummer a great purchase and a possible upcoming classic is the fact that it was built so well. That's right. It was claimed to be over engineered. Now, these things were introduced for 2006 and they stopped making them in 2010. They shared the Chevy Colorado GMC frame. GM claimed they only shared about 10% of their components. They took the chassis and they modified them and they reinforced them for heavy duty off road applications. And they launched it originally in 2006 with a 3.5 liter straight 5 cylinder engine. And you had the ability to get either a manual 5 speed or you could get a optional Hydra-Matic 4 speed automatic transmission. And we still see a lot of the vehicles available, H3s available currently with an automatic transmission. Now in 2007, they increased the power and they added a 3.7 liter engine LLR and it produced 242 horsepower and 242 foot-pounds of torque. And then in '09, they dropped that horsepower rating down to 239 horsepower and 241 foot-pounds of torque, so ever so slightly. There's also a 5.3 liter LH8 V8, and it has a 300 horsepower rating and a 320 foot-pound of torque rating. That was called the Alpha model. All right, and it didn't get very good gas mileage. Had a combined average, according to the EPA, of 14 miles per gallon on the Alpha model and a combined rating of 15 miles per gallon on the regular 3.7 liter 5 cylinder engine. Now, there are people out there that claim they get much better gas mileage than this, but these are the EPA ratings. Okay, what makes the Hummer a Hummer, and the H3 really never got the respect I think that it deserved. And before I really learned about the H3, actually, I didn't think much of it either. Okay, but it actually has a 2 speed electronically controlled full time 4 wheel drive system with electronic locking front and rear differentials available. Okay, they were optional. It could ford up to 27 inches of water, but it was tested at depths up to 34 inches at 5 miles an hour. So this thing does have really good capability for being a stock vehicle. It also has an intelligent traction control, which is very similar to what you would find on a Land Rover or a Toyota vehicle, which uses the brakes independently to stop the wheel spin and improve the traction and adjust automatically to the road conditions with no driver action required. It had StabiliTrak, intelligent ABS, a variable brake force distribution assist. Now there were multiple models. You had the X, you had the Adventure package, you had the Alpha package, and the Luxury. Now the Adventure package, which is also known as the Off-Road, increased the capabilities even more, and that one included 33-inch tires, a fully armored undercarriage, off-road shocks, differential lockers, and a 4-to-1 low-range gearing. So this obviously made it more off-road capable. If I were to pick one for maybe two for investment purposes, like the possibility of this becoming a classic, I would say to go with the Adventure off-road package, okay, or the Alpha, because of the fact that the Alpha was a very limited production time, or the H3T, which was the truck, and that was only produced for like 2 years. Okay, decent towing capacity of being around 4,500 pounds for the straight 5 with the automatic transmission, and 6,000 pounds for the V8 with the automatic transmission. And again, electronic stability control. So the H3T was available during 2009 and 2010. That's the truck version. So just to wrap this thing up, you have this extremely off-road capable mid-size SUV being produced out of Shreveport, Louisiana, and they also produce these things in South Africa. All right. So you have this thing which is can be purchased from as low as $10,000 to as high as 25,000. I've seen the H3Ts as high as $30,000, but they're extremely nice. Now, that's obviously a considerable amount of money for a older used vehicle, but again, these are with hardly any mileage. Now, the only real major complaints I've seen people have with these are the fact that the sunroof can sometimes leak on some of the models. All right. And that's generally about it. Now, if you've had issues with your H3, I'd like to know about it. Put them down in the comment section. If you've had no problems with them, put it down in the comment section. I've also heard from a lot of people that they've put over 200,000 miles on these with little to no problems, just the required general maintenance, oil changes, fluid changes of all kind. Get your alignments done, get your tire rotations done, keep up on your maintenance. Simple stuff. Now, what I see this vehicle doing is less and less of these are available over the years, and as more and more people rack higher mileage, the people that are going to have these things that are in really good condition, that have lower mileage, let's say under 75,000, okay, will potentially have the ability to resell these things for more money because it's all about supply and demand. They're becoming a scarce item. So the next 5 to 10 years, how many of these are really going to be available under 75,000 miles? Probably very few. Even if you had one under 100,000 miles, I can almost guarantee it's going to be worth a decent amount of money. Now, they are moving into having an electronic or much more electric cars and stuff like that. So as long as as long as gas powered cars are still legal and people are still using them and buying them, I think a lot of people will like this vehicle still because of the fact that it's a classic. It's got that look of off-road prowess and classic ability. Now, some of them, yes, they're beat up a little bit, and you don't want to go for those. But the good, clean H3s are, a great look, very much on par with the Jeep Wranglers and Nissan Xterras and 4Runners in terms of off-road capability. So tell me what you think. I really think that this one's a good one to buy for a decent price, right around 15, maybe 16, 17 thou, and just hold on to it. Drive it a little bit, do your thing, maybe just use it as a, little runaround car where you're not racking a lot of miles, but you're keeping the fluids moving. And then in 5 years, you might see the value really climb on this thing. I have a 1968 Corvette in my garage. I drive it 4 times, 5 times a year down. So check it out, guys, and I'll be talking to you next time. Have an excellent day.